Hello, thank you for downloading this podcast. I hope you're all safe and well during these lockdown times, so just grab your drink and join us.
This month in drinking history. Ha 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 ha.
Hello and welcome to This Month in Drinking History. It's what my accountant told me was a really great idea, but wasn't going to work, me trying to claim back drinks from the tax man. But fuck it, I'm going to try. So we're here, we're joined with a whole host of guests, some new, some not so new, so we're just going to jump right in with our first round of Who, Drink and Cheers. So Craig, can you tell us who, drink and cheers?
Hello, I'm Craig Wilson. I'm a comedy boy, and I'm drinking Tennent's gluten free because I want.
You sickened me.
I thought it was alcohol free. That's worse.
Yeah, I wanted to drink Tennent's, but I also wanted everyone to still hate me.
Way ahead of you.
And my cheers is Italian, but I'm gonna let my phone do it if it'll pick it up.
Saluti.
Saluti.
Saluti, yeah. Yay.
Yay.
And your relevance for picking the Italian cheers?
I typed in cheers in Italian, autocorrected to the first thing.
It is the level of people going to the depths of research for
Yeah.
this show that makes me really proud. So moving on. Declan, can you tell us who, drink and cheers, please?
Hello, I'm Declan. I am a comedian and a barista. I will let you decide which one is a hobby and which one pays the rent. What am I drinking? I'm quite happy with this. I'm drinking a Sauvignon, which is called Principe Dracula. Okay, and this is a red wine from Rome. Yeah, and my mum is a big Dracula fan and a big red wine fan. So I saw this about 6 months ago, and I was like, I'm gonna get it out for Christmas. That's our Christmas present sorted. But sadly, just before Christmas, my mum had an operation where she can't drink, so she never got it. So I thought, as a belated Christmas present, she could listen to me drink it.
That is
Was
awesome.
was definitely the plan. And when we finish that, I've also got a bottle of McGuigan red wine, which is the family red wine.
So
I'm very excited about that. You may recognise it from the reduced section of all your favourite supermarkets. And I don't want to shit on the brand, but it's terrible. It's a really awful red wine. But I'm hoping after the Dracula one.
So that's like
I'll
the
be
drink's
good.
equivalent of I'm not a racist, but.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. That's nice. No, cool. Thank you. And your cheers, Declan.
My cheers is Yamos. I
Yamos,
don't know if I'm doing
nice.
that right, but it's
Yeah.
it's Greek
Yes,
for
yeah.
cheers. And when we went to Greece, I was taught that when I was like 11, and I would say it to everyone in every situation. And this person was trying to sell us like flowers and stuff, and I just kept saying Yamos to her, and she got very irritated. So it was.
So moving on, Marjolein, can we have who, drink and cheers, please?
Hi, I'm Marjolein. I'm a comedian for Shetland, and as is my nature of Shetland, I'm drinking red cans. A red can is a McGuigan's, and it really upsets me how many establishments throughout the city of Glasgow and Edinburgh don't serve red cans.
I thought it was like widely available. No.
No, it is disgusting. Like how many folk are like, we don't have that, but we have this. Like I'm paying from America. But yeah, and also red cans in Shetland are called. They're actually known as the Shetland Rose. I think an Arcadian came up with that nickname.
Because the Rose.
It's called the Shetland Rose because when you drive around Shetland by the roadside, there's so many of these in the ditches.
Brilliant.
It's like they spring up like wildflowers. And I've checked and they're always empty.
I love the fact that you're just always a stereotype. It's amazing. Thank you. It's tremendous. And your
Napravnia.
cheers, please.
My cheers. Oh, it's again Shetland. It's Skull the Hinderquaff. So you'll recognise that from our
Skull,
known, our known background. So Skull is like drink, which you get in Norway, and da is the. It's not me trying to be gangster, by the way, when I say da. And hinder is last most, and quaff is drop. So it means drink the last drop. Skull the Hinderquaff.
Sounds like a hairstyle.
Well, yes, it's actually
It sounds a bit rude, to be quite honest.
it's not real at all.
I thought it was Doric for a second, like
What?
burn the quine.
Whoa, you like it stabbed your microphone.
Burn the quine.
Yeah. What was it called?
You insulted Shetlanders and Doric all in one go. They actually say burn the quine because the other Shetland cheers is grip his pilly. Grab his penis. Those are the two cheers.
That's
Oh, I
better.
can see we're getting confusing because a pilly down here is like a pillow.
Oh no, a pilly in Shetland is a willy.
That's going to cause some confusion. Last time I was in Shetland, now I know why the lassie was really upset when I asked for a spare pillow. Okay.
I feel like he's
What
like,
did you do with the first one?
In Yorkshire, pilly is just drugs.
So we're moving on. This is the very, very first quiz part of the round. We're going for this month's reason for drinking. This is a brief explanation why you're drinking this month. It may be a reason from history or something personal. So, Craig, can you tell us your this month's reason for drinking?
This month I am drinking because we've had 2 really big storms in Scotland back to back. What was the first one?
I don't know. I called it cicada, but I was wrong.
Yeah,
because-
Storm woman's
Kira,
name.
it's Kira.
Storm
That's it.
Kira.
I thought cicada would have been better though. It's just
Yeah.
it sounds more dangerous.
Yeah, I could hear it coming. And then Storm Dennis, which is a lot,
It just
you know,
sounds like
less.
it's going to
threatening.
bore you to death.
Yeah,
Storm
yeah.
Dennis, doesn't it?
I suppose it
That's
sort of
gonna be a
has
dark
because
menace.
I've not left my house in 3 days for that one. So and I had to work for 2 of them. So it's ruined a lot of pairs of trousers I had. It changed twice on the way here because it was really loud and it scared me and I pissed myself.
Alright.
And it's I hate the rain, said the guy who lives in Scotland.
Who turned into Paul McDaniel there? When
Yeah.
you said it as well. I hate that rain.
I love you, Paul.
Biatch.
Here's for you, Paul. That worked in fucking radio, didn't it? So thanks. That's a nice this month's reason for drinking. So Declan, what is your this month's reason for drinking?
my reason for drinking this month is it has been firmly decided that I'm moving back to Aberdeen.
What?
I was worried he was going to hit the applause button, so I'm glad.
You're both wrong.
Yeah, so I've been in Glasgow for 2 years now, and I've just decided I'm too happy, so I thought I'll go back to
Go
back to the
that big
greyest
slab of
city.
grey,
Yeah, where it all went. So I'm moving back to Glasgow at the end of March, and
Moving back to Aberdeen.
that one.
Even you don't want to
I
go.
don't want. I'm just. I'm
I may
in
point
denial.
out to the listeners, Declan has done quite a bit of pre-game for this. So
Yes,
A
and
bit
then
too much.
Danielle was like, my good lady was like, I'm not happy in Glasgow. I was like, well, I am, so we're moving back to Aberdeen.
that's why
It's
relationships
in
and
the-
compromise.
yes,
You've got to love that.
indeed.
That's brilliant. That's a very good reason. I would be drinking too if I was being forced to intern back in Aberdeen. I may cut that bit. No, I'm never getting gigs up there. So, Marjolein, what is your this month's reason for drinking?
I find this the hardest round of the quiz so far because I couldn't think of a reason not to drink. Unless I had to drive to a gig because no one else was driving. But
Oh, by the way, thanks for that Dundee gig.
oh,
Driving is there.
well, to be honest, that's the other drink I've not even mentioned in this bag from the last round. Is all drink from the 71 Brewing Company.
Oh yes.
Because last time when I had to drive there, I couldn't drink because I was driving, so they gave me a box of beer to take away.
Nice.
Thanks, boys.
Go off.
But I suppose my reason for drinking, actually, you know what? It's Up Helliah season in Shetland, and if anyone doesn't know, Up Helliah is like, it means the end of the holy days, which is over Christmas time, and traditionally, way, way, way back, it was to scare the monsters of Trouse back into hiding under the ground. But now it's kind of like a Viking festival. And there's about 10 of them in Shetland. They run from January till the end of March. So it's kind of nice to drink and feel like I'm honouring our Viking ways back at home.
I just love it. It's every time you talk, it's like a Harry Potter story. It's tremendous. You're like, I drink to fight demons. It's tremendous. I'm like, that is a fucking awesome way of drinking.
What
But-
demons? The ones when I drink.
The ones that- well, I drink to silence the voices, so it's the same reason, really. But that's
And
great.
yet we're still here.
And I'm still here, yeah. I'm old. I'm fucking, oh God, I'm twice the age of some of you. Oh, that's so painful.
Craig,
Yo,
I think he's the youngest here.
You'd think so, wouldn't
no.
Are you
How
the
dare
youngest?
you?
Are you-
How
it's
very
the boy
dare
that
you?
they-
I don't know. I just.
Can't you tell from my voice?
I mean, he's wearing a Power Rangers t-shirt. Look at him.
I mean, whatever age you are, take 10 off of that. Like,
Yeah.
just for the top.
See, because I mean, if
Take
I was
off the
wearing
top.
that, they'd probably arrest me.
I'm wearing
If I was
Splatoon.
walking about wearing a Power Rangers t-shirt, they would arrest me.
Yeah.
They'd be going like, you're up to something. So that's great. Thanks very much for your this month's reason and drinking. So moving on to the Alco ad round. This is the round where we get our panellists to make a new advert for drink or drinking. So moving straight on, Craig, what is your new Alco ad?
Okay, so We open we're in a local pub. There's a load of men and women of different ages around the bar. Then cuts to a fridge full of loads of different coloured cans with fancy designs and names like Heaven's Javelin Pomegranate Pale Ale, something
Shetland
like that.
Rose.
Shetland Rose. And then we cut back to the group of people, and one says, "I just want a regular old beer." Another says, "A beer I don't feel embarrassed ordering." Another pipes up from across the bar, "A working person's beer. That's only flavour is beer. One that'll put hair on your chest." And everyone around the bar starts cheering and shouting like, "Yeah, hear, hear." Then I, Craig Wilson, walk up to the bar and say, "Hello, I'd like one Heaven's Javelin, please. The can with the glitter on it. And can I have an umbrella in it, please?" And then text comes on the screen and it says, "Heaven's Javelin. Somebody's buying it."
I was like, I really thought you were going to go end up with a coronavirus joke there. I don't know why. I was like, I honestly thought.
You are so obviously a film studio, right? It's just, like, you're like, it cuts to black.
Yeah.
Okay, like, you gave directions to like everything that was happening around you and that.
Yeah.
Like.
No, I'm enjoying that. Enjoying that one. The alcohol definitely has it. So, what's it called again?
I just went for Heaven's Javelin.
I've ordered more stupid beers, to be honest. I remember drinking an Atomic Penguin once. Because I ordered it. No, but I was so disappointed when a can showed up.
Yeah.
I was like, I heard someone order one and went, "An Atomic Penguin? I don't know what the fuck that is, but I'm having that." And it was a fucking can of beer. I was upset. I was like, come on.
Yeah, it's a very cool cocktail.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be something like that. I mean, I would have been excited if it was a fucking, like, cyborg penguin. That would have made my day, but no.
I thought Atomic Penguin was like a 67% lager
Oh,
or
no,
something.
it's one of the brew dogs.
Has it not got the hand-drawn penguin on it? No?
No, I think that's just someone drinking a
Oh,
couple of
cool.
them try to draw
I
a
think that's
penguin.
someone just selling me beer on the street. Like, yeah, I call it Atomic Penguin. I drew it myself.
So we'll move on. Declan.
So my advert is for Tequila Rose. Okay. We're in a bar and there's a bunch of people drinking and the night's going out. And one
Please,
of them-
stage directions.
Yeah, I wasn't originally going to do that, but you've set a theme. So I've got it. And then they're at the bar and they're ordering around, and one of them really doesn't want to drink, and they're like, "I just want to have like a night out and not get drunk, but still be in as much debt." And they're like, "Oh, don't worry, I have the drink for you." And then all night she does tequila roses, and then it comes up with tequila rose, so you can be sober but still lose all your money. Because I think tequila rose. Sorry, on you go.
No, I thought that's what cocaine was.
No. Well, this is cheaper, so it's pretty good. And there's like, I've thought of like a series of ads where one later will be like someone's shot in tequila rose and they think they're so drunk, and then it comes up with like a slightly sour bottle of strawberry milkshake, and they're like, "You guys." I just think tequila rose is the worst shot in the world.
Is this
Like-
real? Is this a real drink?
Tequila rose.
What do you mean? Is this a real drink? Yes, a tequila rose is like a yogurty tequila that's like
Yogurty?
11%. Have you? This is
To be
like.
perfectly honest, the worst shot's probably the one that kills you. I mean, that sounds like from a 9mm
No, that's the
on
second
the
worst. The
drive-by.
first one is tequila rose. Like it's genuinely. Have you not seen this? It's like probably the most popular shot in all bars right now, where it's like a strawberry sort of
I
milky
should explain for the
flavour.
listeners, if you had to get a child to draw a hipster, that's what Declan looks like. So that's probably the bars he drinks in.
I don't know.
Maybe we should take a break and go try one and then come
Yeah, I'll be
back.
back in a second, guys.
I feel like if you had to
Oh,
get,
that would be, how good would that have been for an advert if we all go, right,
Whoa!
let's go have one of them right now.
We
you
all
recreate
come
it
back
with
and we're like,
tequila
"That
and,
was
like, a
shite."
Yakult?
rephrase it with what?
Can you recreate it? It was like tequila and a Yakult. Is that how you make it?
Yeah, but then
Tequila.
minus the tequila. Like
It's just yogurt.
I genuinely have a theory that there's no alcohol in it. Like it's complete balls. Like
So it's just like a placebo effect.
have none of you had it?
No,
Even
I don't
better.
really- I don't really do.
Where do
shots.
you acquire these?
Any bar.
No, you don't.
Any bar.
Not the bars
honestly.
I'm drinking.
When you say bars, you sure don't mean alleyways.
You're back to that guy selling you the
Same
atomic
with the
penguin,
penguin guy.
isn't
See, this is what okay. It's an audio format. This is what annoys me about my image is I get hit with hipster jokes and homeless jokes, and it's like, you can't be both.
Well,
Okay,
actually,
like
technically, the look is kind of similar.
I feel it's more homeless.
Even Billy Connolly done the whole joke about the guy, the hipster walking through London, and he's got his cup of tea, and someone put a pound in it. You know what I mean? So no, it's very similar look.
Man,
It's a groomed homeless person.
I
is
need a
essentially
pound,
hipster.
so like, I'll be trying that.
Oh, it's
after
horrible
this.
because you sprayed him earlier for smelling too bad.
We weren't going to mention that on air, Elliot. I'm going to have to edit and fuck that out now.
I mean, leave it in, man.
Ah, well, don't worry.
That's
Spray
going
your-
on my. By
spray
the
your
way,
house
I've
at
not
home.
finished my French poster. Amongst the quotes is going to be ENTC. He smells too bad.
Actually, I never said that. What I said was, I'm really sorry about this, and then I just started spraying you with.
I feel that's worse than you smell too bad, because not only did you like not say the words, but you, before you said anything, you took the precaution to end it. You were like, okay, I need this sorted.
I'm really sorry about this, but this has to happen. I know, but that's me. It's more about me than anyone else. Okay.
Oh.
That sounds more ominous out of context.
Ian said he did it before I came here, and I didn't have the heart to say, but until now, like, I don't actually really have a sense of smell. So, like,
Lucky you.
That's why we sat you
next
next
to
to Declan. Why do you think I'm on a couch by myself?
And I'm as far away and near a window. No. God, this has turned mean. Right,
He's
Marjolein.
hi.
Do you require
Hi.
any ambience?
No, yeah, maybe an ambulance.
Wait,
No,
well,
sorry.
do you have like the sound of like gentle banging of sheep in the background?
No, why? Are you excited? Sorry,
I-
that was
I-
such
I-
a low-hanging fruit joke.
Well,
I've got
that
I've got a
was
horror
mean.
track.
No, okay, just let me.
Right,
I
okay,
can
so
do my own
we'll
voices.
do it again. Marjolein, can you? Because we're going to have to edit that whole bit.
Hang on, we retake her intro, but we don't retake my smelling of shit. Like,
Oh no, I'll get that.
You just
No,
keep
I'm just
putting it
kidding.
in.
that is staying in.
So, Marjolein, can you give us your alco ad?
So it opens to a fine summer day in Shetland, where the smell of cut silage in the field, so you know you're going to have enough gurs in store to feed the yows in winter. That wasn't a joke. That was
Yes,
that
it
was a genuine. Okay.
These on set.
And what else is happening? Oh yeah, and it's a fine summer day when the sun is that high in the sky, but because it's summer, it could be 11 at night. You have no idea what time it is, and you're already pissed. And there's that kind of gentle sea breeze coming in, so even though it's warm, there's a chill in the air, which means you can't stop shooting the sheep, otherwise you'll catch a chill. And then I come in. I come in with my rubber boots because it's still muddy, and Daisy Dukes, but tights because I haven't worked on my bikini line. And a really cool T-shirt that I hope a band will send me for free. Maybe if you're listening, Metallica. And then I'm standing there all sweaty with a sweaty red can, looking sweaty. And then this guy comes up with a southerner accent like, "Hi, Marjolein. I wish I could drink red cans and be cool at drinking them like you." And I'm like, "You can just buy some red cans." And they're like, "And?" I'm like, "Drink them." Like, cool. And then the tagline of the ad with a lovely shot of a McGuigan's in a ditch goes, "If you think you can, you should."
Yay! That was a real can opening. That was no sounding. Marjolein actually fucking improvised that. That was tremendous.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That was my Scottish accent. I think it was almost Liam. All right, Marjolein. Yeah, homecoming.
Yeah, that was definitely Liam Farley. You nailed it. That Paisley accent.
Nuns are cunts, man.
Surprisingly close.
You can tell by my teeth I'm from Paisley.
Hey up.
I'm trying to get Liam on this podcast.
I've
Rein it
been
the fuck
to.
in, right?
I've
I
been
don't know, Dick Van
down
Dyke lives in
little.
Paisley.
Doug Van Dyke.
I've been down to Aldi.
It was like a javelin. Right, no, right. I can't do accents. Actually, the only
because
accent-
Marjolein
No, that's
I'm
Dude.
sorry, Liam, and I'm sorry, Liam.
No, that all of that was tremendous. Thanks very much. Let's move on. Oh, during the break we all get pissed. So, welcome to the third round. Hopefully this will go well. I cannot stress that we had a little break there, and the amount of alcohol we've consumed in that time period may make this a little bit hard to edit. So
Yeah.
we'll move on with the alcohol facts of history. We'll start with Craig. Craig, can you give us your alcohol fact of history?
Okay, so originally I had one that was about like a group of bears that had to go to rehab because they got really, really drunk all the time. And I had all these jokes about picnic baskets getting stolen and things like that. And then I read more into it, and I found out they were like getting abused and stuff. So I can't do that
bears?
story. yeah, it was very upsetting. So I've gone for something else.
I'm going to edit that.
No,
Why were the bears getting abused?
No, please don't open that.
No, it's
I'm going
only
to edit
open.
it anyway.
Were they abused with their bare hands?
fuck off.
I enjoyed that. No, it's
No
like the
shame.
man on the buttons didn't choose boo.
Bear abuse. Bear abuse. Ha ha ha. Right, can we move on?
What's
So,
wrong with the bears?
Fuck pandas. Sorry.
So
Yeah, they suck.
They do suck.
They won't fuck either.
I've tried.
Guys, it's a very polarizing conversation.
Hey!
Polar bear rising.
Oh, don't dab on a podcast, you moron.
That wasn't me.
No, thank you. It was Craig.
I've already had to announce that I'm so known for dabs. I had to let the listeners know.
Craigie boy, please.
So, does everybody know the legend of the 13 crystal skulls?
Yes.
They did make a movie that was related to it, but I haven't seen it. So they're not actually crystal; they're milky white quartz.
I think I've seen that band.
Yeah, they do AC/DC covers. It's great.
Milky Way Quartz. Actually, was that not a beer you brought last time?
Yeah.
Marjolein got one in her bag.
Yeah.
No gluten or wheat.
Yeah, it was very trendy.
Insanity.
They attributed it to Maya or Aztec civilizations, but it's actually, they proved that it's probably actually just made in 19th century Germany. And they're supposed to be surrounded by supernatural phenomenons.
Oh, this is what they based the kind of bullshit with the last Indiana Jones movie on.
Yes.
Shia LaBeouf.
So, supernatural phenomenon. What actor / writer is obsessed with supernatural stuff? Dan Aykroyd. Wrote Ghostbusters 1, 2, 3, the one that Bill Murray tore up. So, in 2007, he decided that he wanted to make an additive-free vodka with his friend. His friend that he was also obsessed with the crystal skull phenomenon. So, for this vodka, they filter it in production through the similar quartz to the crystals that are in the skulls. They're supposed to have healing properties and be full of spinach energy.
Spinach energy.
They make you really strong.
It's in the post-watershed Popeye series.
Yeah. Popeye just gets wrecked.
I am what I am, and what you fuck you looking at?
Yeah.
He downs it. I can't stand no more.
So it's supposed to be filled with spirit energy. And it's also kosher and gluten free, so you know I'm going to have some in the next episode.
Is that the one that's in the skull? Yeah.
Yeah. It's in
It
there.
has healing properties. I shot it once and spewed my loads, so fuck that fact.
spewed
It's like a detox
a
in
couple of shots of that
skull.
distinctly made me care less. So yeah, it actually worked.
So when you're talking about the bottle, it took them 2 years to design a bottle that is just a human skull. You could just get an X-ray quicker than that.
In fairness, where did they put the spout? That was probably the debate.
Yeah, I mean, I would put it in the nose.
Typically,
Be like, I chew. I'm steaming again. So it was actually in production at the same time as the Indiana Jones film. So Dan Aykroyd actually contacted Steven Spielberg and went to meet with him in person to apologize almost, or to be like, it's nothing to do with the film. I'm not trying to step on your thing. And Steven Spielberg was like, is it not finished? Oh, we could have served it at the premiere, man. And then the Liquor Board of Ontario refused to carry it, saying that people might find it offensive. But over the years, they've relaxed their rule and decided there's a lot more offensive stuff out there.
Is that the rules now? Because it's not the shittiest thing ever.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
okay.
Hey, that's how they let me on stage now, man.
That's just one quote on his poster.
Not the worst
Not
thing.
the shittiest thing ever.
In 2013, Aykroyd spent more than 90 days of the year on the road promoting it, and people wondered why the Ghostbusters 3 script was shite and Bill Murray ripped it up. And it was the official vodka of the Rolling Stones 50th anniversary tour. Presumably that was in 1993. And my favourite thing about Dan Aykroyd's Crystal Skull vodka is that my friend is in a Ceilidh band, and they were playing at a function for the Glasgow's Paranormal Society, and Dan Aykroyd was their guest of honour.
Wow.
And he couldn't make it on time, so he sent him like 6 bottles of it, and it tasted very average.
Yes, it's just.
Is that your opinion on the vodka?
Declan? Can we have your alcohol fact of history?
So my alcohol fact of history is based on the shot that we all know and hate, absinthe. Okay, we're all aware of absinthe.
Yes.
It reminds us of our darkest days. Okay, so I was looking into this because like I'm aware that it's quite a heavy going shot. You know, when people bring out the absinthe, there's never a good vibe. Do you know what I mean? No one brings out the absinthe and you're like, sure, oh shit, it's getting
To be
heavy.
quite honest, it did a lot of really, really inventive art, Toulouse-Lautrec and all that kind of
Yeah,
stuff. So there was a lot of that. So.
This was what I was looking into. It was like the joint of the fucking 19th century. Like it was kind of
Very much.
It was considered like the experimental drug of the time. So I was looking into absinthe and why it's got that reputation, and I did not know that it has a very well documented like fucking 100-year fucking thing. So basically, right, absinthe in 1905, right, in the late of August, there was this guy who was called Jean Lanfray, okay, right, and he was a Frenchman, and he had went out and drank, amongst other things, some absinthe, okay. He'd started the night with absinthe, and then he had some more absinthe, and then he had, I think it was like whiskey, wine, brandy, a bunch of other things. Went home and downed a barrel of wine. It wasn't a barrel, but
It was 2.
but for his sake, it was a barrel. And then he shot his wife and his kids. He fucking he shot his wife. He shot his
Comedy podcast.
Yeah.
So he shot. He thought it was funny. He shot his wife. He shot his wife, right? And then his first daughter came down to see what the commotion was, and he shot her. And then he's like, "Well, I've got one more daughter. I might as well shoot her." So he went upstairs.
At
and
that
fucking
point,
like,
yeah.
you're like, there's
There's
no getting out of this, right?
Give her a penny for a pound.
So he shot the last one, and they blamed the whole thing like on absinthe. Like they're like it is the alcohol of the devil, because originally called like, was it not like the Green Angel or like
Green Fairy.
the Green Fairy? Yeah, the Green Fairy, and then this was the turning point where it became the Green Devil.
Yep.
Ooh, Green Devil. Okay.
No, it's called Green Fairy.
And absinthe absolutely became that alcohol.
Yeah.
They were like, this is like, fuck it, we need to ban all alcohol because absinthe is a killer. At this time, you had the illness that was alcoholism, and absinthe ism was a step above that. That was like, they were like, if you're drinking absinthe, you're even worse than that. And it got banned in Switzerland in 1910. It got banned in Belgium in 1905. It got banned in the US in 1912, and it got exiled in France in 1915, which is where it originated.
Never banned in Britain.
Never banned in
It
Britain.
was never banned.
Well, this is the thing. There was a Czech distillery in 1994.
And do you want to know why? Because it wasn't ever popular here. That's the only reason it wasn't banned.
What I heard was that the Czech distillery took it to UK and was like, here's a drink, right, that the fucking Swiss drank, and they killed loads of cunts, and they're like, that sounds banging, like fucking like, let's have some of that, and we've accepted it ever since
was
then.
never popular.
So I think I had more, but I can't read my own handwriting, so
Because you had some absinthe.
that's a combination of dyspraxia and absinthe. So we'll move on.
No one's drank absinthe in the show yet, and that's almost like a fucking day
Not
of
openly.
Yeah.
We did the absinthe special where we all just cry for the whole episode.
Just the woodworm kicks in, we all go hallucinate, and then hate or kill our families. Okay, so let's move on.
At the same time.
So, Marjolein, can you give us your alcohol fact of history, please?
Hey, okay, here's my alcohol fact of history, and I don't have a bottle of it here because I drank it. So, there's this rum called Stewart's Rum in Shetland, which is a fine Guianan Demerara rum. Stewart's Rum is well loved in Shetland, and it's by these guys that basically, the history behind Stewart's Rum is, do you know about grog? Have you had grog on the podcast
no,
before?
It's been brought up, not in a physical means, but it has
Loads
been.
of-
Yep, no, we haven't thrown up yet.
Yeah.
I've heard a sea shanty.
Yeah, so grog is great. So grog, the beauty of it was the beauty of it for the captains was it didn't stay good, so they had to dump it if they didn't drink it. So that's why it's good for rationing. So these boys in Shetland were like, we'd really like a rum that reminds us of the grog rash, and we really like that fine Demerara rum. So this company in Shetland basically worked with a company in Guyana to produce a Demerara rum similar to that of the rationing rum of grog, and they came up with Stewart's rum, which is a very dark rum. It's almost got almost like a coffee sweet liqueur taste to it without it being flavoured any of the slightest. You drink it with Coke, no ice. It's lovely. And in Guyana, this is what I've always been told my entire life. Guyana has many, many rums made, but there's only 3 dark Demerara rums made in Guyana. One of them is Stewart's rum, and 95, if not 99% of Stewart's rum is drunk in Shetland. So Shetland technically drinks almost 32% of all the Demerara rum that is made in Guyana.
Every time you say that, just going da-ra-ra-rum-dee, da-ra-ra-rum-dee.
But I was like, this is mad, this can't be true. So I had a little look at the rum book online. There's this website which talks all about rum.
About rum, yeah, it does the rum.
Yeah, and I looked at Guyana, and all the rums from Guyana, because there's many, many rums from Guyana. And I read over 71 rums, and I was like, well, that's a lot of rum. So I did that kind of Control F, and I searched the word Demerara, and only 2 of them came up with Demerara, and Stewart's rum wasn't listed. So I was like, I was about to blow this fact out the water as being a fallacy, but I think it's true. I think there's only 3 fine Demerara rums from Guyana, and Shetland drinks 32% of it that we know of.
Probably drinks more because you don't have accurate records there because you're too busy drinking the rum.
Because you're too busy pissed on red
Well,
can.
it gets bottled in Leith, so you can get the odd bottle doing in Leith. That's why I can't say we have 99% of it. But one year they ran out of the standard size bottles, and everyone in Shetland was that upset because they couldn't get their bottles of rum. So they did. You know when you get a label at Upside Down because there's an optics bottle. So everyone was just buying Upside Down bottles because there was no standard size bottles.
A Netflix special. What's the thing with Upside Down?
What is Netflix?
There's this thing
Do you mean
called
the
the internet.
Buffery Never Play website?
What's the name of that television program?
Stranger Things.
Stranger Things. We'll edit that.
The Buffery Never Plays a show.
No, it's like so it's like some kind of Stranger Things
The
version.
Dotty Circle. I love
we're
that subscription.
We're drinking an upside down rum. I had to add all them. I should have put them all in during it, but I'm just getting it at the end. So yeah.
We're dramming on our upside down rum.
32% of a particular kind of grog rum is drank in Shetland. That's a good fucking alcohol fact. We alcohol fact is, do we accept in that one? Yes, we are. So we'll move on to round 4. This is where Elliot's going to read us a bedtime story. We all had to understand which one is the drunken lie and which one is the sober truth. So Elliot, please furnish us with the stories.
Yes, I hope you're sitting comfortably. Your first story is Tommy Fritz, the drunk pilot. On September 30th, 1956, Tommy Fritz was drunk in a New York bar and made a bet that he could travel from New Jersey to New York in 15 minutes. He proved them right when he went to New Jersey and, while still drunk, stole, at 3 a.m., a plane from the Teterboro School of Aeronautics and then flew, without lights or radio, straight back to New York bar. For his illegal flight, he had a $5,000 bail, was only fired for $100 after the plane owner refused to press charges. Except that's not even the best bit, because in 1958, just before 1 a.m., he did the same thing again. He got drunk, stole another plane from the same airfield, and landed in Yeshiva University in New York. And he only did it because a bar patron didn't believe the first time he did it. Fitz was sent to prison, and he blamed his actions on a lousy drink.
It wasn't absinthe, you're all good, right? So okay, that's one story. So Elliot, can you furnish us with the next story, please?
The next story is about a famous rhyming myth. So in 2006, the New York Times had confirmed the myth of the famous drinking rhyme. The rhyme is, liquor before beer, in the clear. Beer before liquor, never been sicker. It was proven by a scientific study that the carbonation from beer and sparkling wines can irritate your stomach's lining, increasing the rate of alcoholic absorption. So if you switch to liquor immediately after, with high percentage of alcohol, after downing beers, you will get intoxicated and thoroughly trousered more quickly.
So, which one is it, ladies and gentlemen? Is it the pilot who's pissed? Or is it the gastretical drink that makes the difference? Which one will you pick?
So the boy who flied to the place and the place back.
Tommy Fritz, yes, from New Jersey
Right.
to New York in 15 minutes.
Yeah, that cunt. He did it twice.
Did it twice. And
Just to prove a bloody point.
exactly, he was literally drunk in
We've
a
all
bar.
been there.
Did he do it twice within time frame?
No, so the first time he did it, that was in 1956, and the second time was 2 years later in 1958. So in 2 years he did it twice, and it's all from the exact same airfield.
And then why did he get arrested?
Well, because he
landed a fucking plane.
he stole a legal plane. He flew it illegally.
Oh, he just grabbed it.
Yeah,
He was like, right,
he stole the plane.
my
Yeah,
mate owes me attendance. I've got a thing to prove.
and he had no radio, no lights. He didn't tell New York he was landing. He just fucking landed in the middle of New York.
I didn't believe it. With the first part, but see the second part, I was like, that is absolutely your mates in the pub. Like you're steaming and you go, right, watch this.
Yeah. No, you did this. I'll fucking show you. Wait there.
I find it inconceivable that he managed to achieve it illegally. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Well, no. So he had a $5,000 bail originally, but the plane owner didn't press charges, so he was fine with it.
But he must have ran in a plane and been like, right, this is what's happening.
So the second time he did it, he did go to prison. He went to prison for about 6 months for stealing the plane.
So, Marjolein, what do you think?
I definitely believe that first story. Like, if you know how to do it, you'll do it again. And the second story,
We've all heard that second story, though, haven't we?
well, that's the thing. I think the second story, as a principle, whenever I start on nips and move on to beer, I could drink for days. When I start on beer and move on to nips, I'll have a hangover in the morning, which is, we all know it's true as a principle, but I don't think that specific story is true. I totally...
So you're going for the
Oh,
pilot.
definitely, because I think it's just too much information.
I know I've heard that second part like 100 times, but I feel like that's just like people want to justify why they were like, it wasn't a fault of their own that they drank too much.
Okay.
So I believe the first one because I definitely believed the mentality of like, oh, you don't believe me?
Fucking
Well,
watch this.
here we go again. Yeah.
Okay, Declan?
I do think the order is balls. Like, fucking, you just fucking, you're like, oh, this and that, and I'll be fine, but that and this, I'll be cunted. But we cunted either way, so just fucking fly the plane.
So everyone,
You'll be fine.
this is the first time this is up, so everyone's agreed that
Yeah.
it is
It's the plane
it's
story.
plane
Plane
Yeah.
story. Well, I
Elliot?
can reveal that the second story about the driving myth, liquor before beer, in the clear. This is a load of old cobblers. The plane story is correct.
The
I
plane
knew
story
it.
is one of my favourite stories of all time, by the way, right? Now, what Elliot kind of neglected there when he said, because he was trying to make it pithier and smaller, is like, he landed this plane in the Bowery, right? It's the meatpacking area of New York, right? The meatpacking area of New York is actually a very close-knit series of buildings, and he landed this fucking plane in the streets where the bar was the first time, right? To prove it to these fuckers. He went over to New Jersey, stole the plane, and landed it in front of the fucking bar, and went, see?
Told you.
Right? It's my favourite story. It is literally of all drunken history.
Didn't you tell me that this story was the reason you started the podcast?
It was not. It was no. It was because when I started.
And then he accepted jail.
No. You know what? Sometimes you just have to do things, right? No, but it was that whole second seed of it that like we all agreed on was that if Elliot had just told you that story, went this happened, you'd have went, yeah, maybe. But the fact he did it again, everyone went, that definitely happened.
Yeah.
That definitely happened.
Yeah.
But because, oh, you didn't believe I did it? Well, fucking hold my beer. So we move on to our final round, which is Finish the Alco Quote. I read out a famous historical quote about drinking, and the players have to give us our hopefully new, funnier, more enjoyable ending. So we'll move straight on with the first question. Almost anything can be preserved in alcohol except...
My marriage.
Almost anything can be preserved in alcohol except...
My monthly flow. And the reason for that is as soon as it hits the rum, I'm like, yummy, 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 yummy.
That was extremely
No.
gross. Almost anything can be preserved in alcohol except...
My ability to maintain an erection.
We've all been there. Almost anything can be preserved in alcohol except...
The body of my dead neighbour Trevor, who asked for a cup of sugar one too many fucking times!
That's extremely dark. Anything can be preserved in alcohol except...
My self-worth.
Well, I would say cracked egg because I tried it once and it doesn't work well, like preserving a fetus.
We're definitely editing that out. Almost anything can be preserved in alcohol except...
The memory of my father.
Okay, the actual quote is, almost anything can be preserved in alcohol except happiness and money. Craig, I don't care.
It's so good. It's so funny.
Almost anything can be preserved in alcohol except...
My antique fire collection.
No, it wasn't.
Fire!
Okay, we'll move on to question 2. I never drink water because...
I have diabetes.
I never drink water because...
No matter how hard I try, I can never get wet.
Okay. I never drink water because...
Because when I did drink the water from the dog's bowl that was outside the house, which was an old stone grain corner, and my dog also used to pee in it, and when my mum got me drinking the water from it through a Docken leaf, like the Docken leaf was a straw, she washed my mouth out with soap and told me I was going to get worms.
Well, that was a journey. I never drink water because...
I am Flippy, the stubborn fish.
I think we're done with that one. I never drink water because of the disgusting things fish do in it. It was W.C. Fields. Work is the curse of...
The alimony payments I have to pay to my bitch ex-wife.
Oh wow, that was a bit misogynistic and mean, but fair enough. Work is the curse of...
Trying to get a tax rebate.
Yes. Work is the curse of...
Many, but without it, we'd never have Dolly Parton's 9 to 5, so that's a silver lining.
Oh, I like it. There's a load of hope in that. Work is the curse of...
The employable. Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, work is the curse of...
My vagina, 'cause I'm a hoe.
Okay.
All right.
Work is the curse of...
98% of all comedians.
This is true, just as the woman of honour. Work is the curse of the drinking classes, which is Oscar Wilde. So, remember, I before E except...
In the card I wrote on the bus on the way to my friend Ailey's birthday party. It was very shaky.
Remember, I before E except...
When you leisurely deceive 8 overweight heirs to forfeit their sovereign conceits, and when you heinously seize your feisty foreign neighbour's conceited beige heifer from the ceiling, which, let's be honest, is just scientifically weird.
Yay!
Fucking yes! Sorry. Not even that funny, but I don't care.
Take one.
Yes, of course it was. Remember, I before E except...
In my name.
This is true. And science. Remember, I before E except...
Alphabetically.
Extremely concise. Remember, I before E except...
After a few cans.
Oh, I was going to say that.
Remember, I before E except...
When E is being a cunt, in which case hit E, not I.
Ooh.
Keep the first one.
Remember, I before E except...
When your computer's like, there are issues, press any button and we will restart safely, and you shit yourself and push the enter and then the space bar and then O and then the 1 key, 2 key, 3 key, 4 key, 5 key, 6 key, 7 key, 8 key, 9 key, hashtag key. Then you go to the side numbers and get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, plus, minus, divide, multiply. Were those even keys? Am I looking at those ones? Is that in the keyboard? O, P, I. Oh, I before E.
So all of that happened.
I just don't believe a computer. I believe there's a key. You shouldn't be
So
pressing
it was
unless there's
actually,
any
the
key.
quote was, I remember I before E except in Budweiser, which was Professor Irvin Corey. Okay, thanks for that, Marjolein. You complete fun sponge sitting there, but that's fine. Okay.
Funge.
Fudge. He was a wise man who?
Knew all the cheats for Grand Theft Auto.
He was a wise man who?
used a comedy podcast as an excuse to get drunk.
Yay! He was a wise man who?
Took the woman's credit.
Oh.
Oh, you don't know
It's
how to
upsetting,
react
but
to that,
correct,
men.
Yeah.
No, I was like, ooh. He was
attacking us.
He was a wise man who?
Ran for president, but no one voted for him, so now we're all fucked. And replaced president with prime minister.
He was a wise man who?
Knew that it's not just about the penetration, but about the like pressure that comes before it. Thanks, man.
He was a wise man who?
Thought it would be funny to go on a road trip with two of his mates and see a baby being born who might be the son of God.
Hey, yeah, let's follow the star, man. It'll be cool, man. It'll be fine. He was a wise man who?
No, mine doesn't make sense anymore because I was similar to Declan.
I got one.
Well, similar to Declan's, realised that myrrh was the cheapest gift.
He was a wise man who?
Unsurprisingly, could also cut it as a poor man stealing. Come on, Nickelback fans.
He was a wise
Where are we
man
at?
who?
He was a wise man who realised that a silent disco is not an appropriate first date.
Okay, so it was a wise man who invented beer, and that was Plato, believe it or not.
Well, no, but beer was invented long before Plato.
No, he
Yes.
didn't invent beer. Plato said the words. He was a wise man who invented beer.
Oh, yeah, okay. Okay, I'm sorry, Ian.
Everyone should believe in something I believe.
Epstein didn't kill himself.
We all believe that. Everyone should believe in something I believe.
That all flat earthers should be anti-capitalist if money makes the world go round.
Oh, that was both philosophical and not that funny. Everyone should believe in something I believe.
In everything, which will make it really awkward when I go to heaven, all the heaven doors are open to me, and I'm like, guys, I've been seeing all of you.
Everyone should believe in something I believe.
That my answer for this question will never be funny enough.
That's pretty good. Everyone should believe in something I believe.
In a thing called love, just listen to the rhythm of my heart.
I had that written down, you cunt! Fuck
Every week this happens.
So as everyone should believe in something I believe, we'll have another beer, which is WEC Fields. Well done, ladies and gentlemen, we made it.
Last call for alcohol.
Well, we made it to the end. Now we have to go off to Elliot to find out who has to pay for the drinks.
Yes, it's time to close the doors and give out the scores. Based on the government's recommended monthly drinking allowance, all players are ranked out of a total of 60 units. In first place is the amazing Alco ace, Marjolein Robertson, with 46. In second place is a terrific tanker, Craig Wilson, with 40. And in last place is the dazzling drunkard, Declan McGuigan, with 37. Now I need to disinfect the bar before the police arrive, but until then, stay safe, stay sane, and most importantly, stay drunk.
Just have to say thank you to our panellists, Marjolein Robertson, Declan McGuigan, Craig the Ninja Wilson. The questions were attempted to be asked by me, Ian TC, and keeping an eye on the score was Elliot Simpson.
Remember, this is just a bit of fun. Please always drink responsibly, and if you have any problems with alcohol, please go to the website drinkaware.co.uk. This podcast was sponsored by the Comedian Tattoo, and you can find out more about comedy events on the website goodtattoos.com/comedy.
Cheers!